and healthy grasslands are important to the environment, soil and water quality, animals, and even the economy. We checked out one long-running seminar series that aims to remind producers, educators, and environmental enthusiasts of the role they play in enhancing the sustainability of this natural resource. For Dr. Stephen Waller, fall is one of his favorite times. It's not the cooler temperatures, the changing leaves, or even that harvest is in full swing. It's because he gets to share in his passion with like-minded individuals and those eager to learn about the complexities of one of Nebraska's most remarkable resources.
I'd like for them to be able to look at a grassland wherever it be, whether they be driving through the sandhills on Highway 2 or looking at 9 Mile Prairie or any piece of grassland. Think about the richness of the resource itself and really how beautiful it is. It's not always just a front lawn.
So thinking more about aesthetics, thinking about ecotourism, cultural identity.
The University of Nebraska's Center for Grassland Studies holds an annual fall seminar series. This is its 24th year, and Waller has been a part of every single one. The series is free and open to anyone who wants to learn more about grassland management, conservation, ranch profitability, grazing strategies, and more.
Well, it's a very broad audience. We'd love to have people that are actually professionals in the field, as well as those wanting to be professionals. We've got students that are engaged in the seminar, but we'd also like to have just the general public that just want to know a little bit more about the grasslands and how they're managed and what's a good strategy for grassland use. So it's very, very broad, and you can almost always pick up something, whether you're from Omaha or from Dunning, Nebraska.
Dr. Drac Twidwell has spoken at the series several times and enjoys how it encourages participation among producer groups and looks for ways to solve the problems being faced.
When you're talking about integrative programs like this one and seminars like this one, you're really trying to focus on something that goes beyond individual specializations and specialties, and usually right there between those specializations we can identify, well, here's what we're currently challenged to do in grasslands as a whole. Not just here in Nebraska, but all over the Great Plains and all over the world.
And according to Waller, that opportunity to rub elbows with experts and share research is something attendees might not otherwise get.
They enjoy the opportunity to visit with the speakers, but amongst themselves. And so it's fun to step back and just watch the audience interact. And it's out online as well, so we get a much broader audience than those sitting in the room, which is a change from 24 years ago. But it's fascinating to see how grasslands can touch so many people.
Even though the seminar series has evolved over the course of almost a quarter century, the grasslands themselves remain resilient, a symbol of Nebraska's heritage.
It still is the common thread for our, actually for our economy in the state, as well as the history of our culture and our economics all, I think, derive themselves from grassland history. And so I think when they leave this series, as in any other, I think they'll have a better appreciation for what we're doing, which is actually borrowing this resource from our grandchildren, and we need to be sure we give it to them in better shape than we've inherited it. And so it's a very futuristic view of how science is applied to improve our lives.
The seminar series will be running most Mondays through November 26th. It takes place at the University of Nebraska East Campus, and it can be viewed online too. For a full list of dates and topics, visit grassland.unl.edu, and you can also email the Center for Grassland Studies. That email address is grassland@unl.edu.